Kia ora. Welcome to the Wild Magic Tavern. My mic wasn't on that whole time. Can you tell it's my second ever stream? I was just saying, how awesome it was that we got a couple of follows there just before we started, which means that we have now at 25 followers, which was my whole that was my whole mission for this whole bloody stream. So we did it. I'll still do the stream, I think. But shout out to Eason B91 and Mr. Coopzilla himself. Also, even in the meantime, between our last stream, we've had Jeff. It's either Jeff Oster or Jer Foster, and the Full Mooney, who's a streamer himself, a very avid streamer. And Rock Forfido, Rocky himself. Joined the team. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Welcome to the Wild Magic Tavern. My name is Tom. We're just going to be crafting today. This is what we got up to last stream. We made a little bit of a a stone wall. We made these beautiful wooden beams. I'll do these in close-up soon. That's what we've got right now. So we're making our overlay from scratch. I'll tell you the whole fuck-up of the story. Basically, I was like, I want to stream. Oh, I should get a cool overlay. I started to draw it, and I sent it. I showed a picture of it to my Uncle Lars, who's an artist, and I said, "Hey, what do you think of this? It's pretty cool, right?" And I was half wanting him to go, "Oh, you know what? I reckon I could whip something up," and he could. But instead, he said, "Why don't you craft it out of, like how you make your D&D terrain? Like for example, para examples." This kind of stuff that I like to make. This little guy. Stuff like that. He's like, you should craft it and photograph it, and that should be the overlay. And that's how we got to this. This is a little Arctic shack that I made for my brother Luke in a D&D campaign. He played a dragonborn who'd lost his way, looking for arcane, ancient, primordial secrets. Found himself in the town of Dugan's Hole in Icewind Dale. And it was just such a cool bit of the story where he got a bunch of knucklehead trout and decorated the outside of the shack with them. It's out of the light. Hang on. If you're new to the stream, check this out. Hang on. If you're new to the stream, check this out. Oh, yeah, we got angles. Okay, so these little knucklehead trout skulls that he adorned his house with to try and intimidate people into thinking he was the knucklehead trout god. And I liked it. And look, there's a little wood pile there. Oh, God, I'm getting all distracted. And anyway, so he was like, what is this magic? Yo, Mr. Coopzilla and Bets. First time chat, Mr. Coopzilla. I doubt it's your first time ever chatting, but maybe first time on this channel. We welcome you. Did you know that when you chat for the first time on the channel, it has a little pink box around it so I can go, hey, who's this guy? And Bets, aren't you supposed to be at a bloody production week? How's that all going? Or no, we should escapism from it, I'm sure. I'm sure it's going great. And now it's time to talk nerdy shit. Anyway. So that's the kind of terrain building that I love to do. And Lars said, why don't you make your overlay out of that and photograph it? And I thought, God damn it, he's flipping correct. So far we did this last week, which felt like a huge accomplishment. And I guess it was. It was very fun and very fun to hang out with you all. And yeah, so as you can see, I've got some actually fresh off the printer. I've got some things to show you. Yeah, nice. This is great second screen content. We've always said this whole time for the last 2 entire weeks. We've said this is great second screen content. Okay, so last week we talked lots about adzes. Some people in the chats were saying that this was this kind of roughness that I love is called adze worked timber, which is that old style. We had some printouts, some required watchings. Let me see if I can find the best example of adze worked. This one here is my favorite, I think. It's just a little glimmer of it, but see this timber up the top here? That's the kind of stuff that I'm into. It gets pretty saucy on this channel. We talk about adze worked timber. And you know what? Okay. And so basically, yeah, we're going to keep working away at this. I forgot I was going to do some Pānui at the top, some announcements. So I've written down things so I don't forget them because I kind of really wanted to last time. Talk about some extra stuff. So first of all, I got to do some shout outs. First of all, this is not, I think, oh, good evening, Bog Fashion. You made it. This is not a solo endeavor. It feels like it sometimes because I don't know if you follow Wild Magic Tavern on Instagram or if you have been following the streaming journey. It does feel very solo, but Wild Magic Tavern is far from solo. In fact, I'd like to shout out Aihe, who is Bets in the chat for doing heaps of work getting this up and running, especially all of the. If one of you was to follow right now, you'd see a little animation up here of a tavern door opening, and you would have the experience of going inside the tavern. And it's a little animation made by watch it. Thanks, Bongman UK. Hot my Bongman, get in here. Oh, we're gonna need a couple of those. So shout out to Aihe. Look at that, what he did there. Look at Aihe crafting away with his Procreate animation. Anyway, so Aihe's doing that. Shout out to Lars, who if you were here right at the top, you would have seen a little Animatic, which is essentially like a moving storyboard that eventually is going to be the intro sequence for this thing. And also, like I said earlier with Lars, just the inspiration to start this whole concept. I'd like to shout out Hamish Parkinson, aka Hungry Peach Boy, who's also an incredible streamer and an actor and a comedian and a writer. Hamish, if you want to jump across now, if you after this or right now, you can look at my recommended streamings. Hungry Peach Boy, another great chill crafting time, but it's more like artistry, like he makes cool comics and stuff like that. What else? Aihe has also set up the Discord. If you want to go through our Discord, there'll be links in the Twitch profile for that as well. The Discord is set up so beautifully, and I was reminded because someone you got you get a notification if I go live in the Discord, blah 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 blah. Incredible stuff. And I'd like to shout out all of you for jumping on and watching me do this. What is this place? Hello? What's up, Smithson? This is the Wild Magic Tavern. It doesn't look like it yet, but look. Look, it'll get there. We're going to build it. Little piece by little piece. And the Wild Magic Tavern as a whole is not just this streaming endeavor, but it is kind of like a group of nerds, and we're all just trying to make fun, beautiful, exciting, silly, goofy content for you all. And one of the things we've done is we've made a podcast, which, humble brag, we won Best New Podcast in all of New Zealand last year with this podcast. It's called Fury of the Small. The general premise is what happens to the goblins that are left behind when a classic D&D band, a party of adventurers, just traipse through their cave just like take whatever they want, do whatever they want, complete their mission. We're then left with the goblins behind. That is deemed by the incredible Paddy Carroll. The players are myself, Arlo Gibson, Brindley Stent, and Ella Hope Higginson. Incredibly illustrated by Lars, Deco Boko in the chat, and incredibly mixed by Bits, who's Aihe. Incredibly produced and sound designed and recorded by Aihe. So I just basically want to give you a picture of what we are as a whole, because ideally this crafting and this overlay, it is first going to become a solo stream where I'm going to be doing a solo role-playing game, which is called this Cartograph. So it's going to be that, and then after that, it's going to be hopefully streaming with like lots of people playing all at once. Incredible. So, also the music that you hear presently, this is all music that I have made for the stream and for you, and eventually that will be released under Wild Magic Tavern for your usage, for your ear holes. If you want to use it for whatever you want. And I think that's all I'll announce for now. And we're going to start crafting now, because bloody hell, I got to get something from the printer. You guys do something. Chat about something. I'm back. How long was that? Someone time me? Okay, we talked about ads. Ads is a lot, and I decided to do some ads research. Ads, ADZE, and go like, what is it ads? How does it ads? Okay, here's old mate Sammy working away on his big log. You can't see it, but there's, or you can see it, but there's the little ads there. We love the ads content here. Okay, cool. And then here is, so this guy is like a, this is the kind of style that I'm making in, this kind of medieval recreation style, as you can see. Look, we're pretty much perfect. But also, what's beautiful about it ads is it pops up kind of in lots of different cultures. For example, this is a native Alaskan, indigenous Alaskan crafter at 1910, making a boat with the ads. Look at that cool ads. Get ads, mate. And then I was also like, this is what it adds. Adds all, like, you know, this is a traditional ads from Aotearoa, New Zealand. How cool is that? And I think they use pounamu a lot in this bit here, which is kind of a cool thing. Lots of their crafting. And then I just kept deep diving. This is in the Te Papa museum things. And so this is just the handle, and then the pounamu would like slot in there, and then you'd rope it around there. But look at that. Ads don't just, you know, they can have four-man function. Beautiful. Shout out to the ads community for keeping us afloat. This stream is brought to you by Ads International. All of our support comes from ads. ADZE, not ADS. This is, I think, ad-free. Okay, cool. So that's ads talk. And now I thought I'd talk about the overlay itself, which I've kind of lost sight of. I did a lot of sketches early on, but I was like, what's some inspo? Critical Role. Now, I don't really watch this campaign, but I love the overlay. Look at that. Beautiful. And it's kind of what we're after, eh? A little bit. It's like a homage to like a building of some kind, which is kind of what we're doing too. Just going to show that around there. And I, in particular, am interested in this nook here. Which a stream that I have watched every single episode of, the C Team, they use it for all sorts of like character portraits, all of the Whoa, someone subscribed? What the hell? Did you see that? Did a cheers happen up here? Did a cheers happen? Let me know if a cheers happened, because that was also bet. Log Fashion, you're my first ever subscriber, and I'll love you forever. So here we go. They have a little, like, all of the stats for the characters, which if there's characters that would be cool, but if there's like other stuff, like Cartograph will have a map content, and so it'd be cool to kind of have an updated map maybe there. This like band down the bottom could be used for something, and then like the players. Right, live play in person, or is it a virtual online play? Are you asking me, Smithson? Do I do live play in person, or is it virtual online play? If you're asking about this, for example, I'm trying to think. Is this podcast in person or is it online? I am a person and it's online. Right now, the podcast I was talking about, we recorded it in person. We recorded it all in the same room together, but it was just, and it was edited and released, not live. That makes sense? I'm just going to move this somewhere so I can be in the middle of this little box down here that I haven't adjusted. Okay. This Smithson, this is a picture of a podcast, or of a stream. This is not in real life. Even though it's a really high quality print. And then I was like, I also need to think of a shape to do for cartograph / this kind of thing. And then I was frantically looking for inspo online, and I quite like this where it's just like to show the shapes of where things are going to go. Chat, announcements, me, my hands. Because a lot of cartograph is the map and like rolling dice and pulling cards and stuff. So I think it will be the same workflow as this crafting of like da 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 da. Oh, we go to the map now. Roll the dice, sketch the thing, pull a card, reveal it, write something down. You know? Stuff like that. You watch High Rollers every week. Oh, my ad's in the bottom left? Yes. Smithson, I feel like it's not your fault, but I feel like we are going to keep going around in circles if we keep talking about this. I hope you find clarity about liveness. Anyway, moving on. Have a look at this. This is what I want to do today. I want to start it at least. This, I feel like this could be our focal point that I was looking at before. This could be our this. And it could be our this kind of thing. We could have our beautiful fireplace. And where's this from? Do we know? Who in the class wants to put their hand up? That's right. The Green Dragon Inn in Hobbiton in Matamata. Okay. Right, what do we got here? Oh, and what I've been doing is I've got this to kind of show me what a 1920 by 1080 might look like visualized. Terrible for the chat though, isn't it? Terrible. I don't through. Last time I didn't have chat on this view and it felt like we'd really lost out. Anyway, because I love the chat. I love the chitter chatter. So it could be like, I noticed that all of their ones are down here. Their focus points, and they've probably done more research than me about that. So let's just poop along with that. That could go there. Could go there. That could go there. Okay. Sorry for checking my phone, but there was a message about a keyboard that I want. Because I want a Bluetooth keyboard so I could be back here typing away. Because at the moment, if I want to type something, I have to go like this. Like that. And I'd love to just have it like kicking back, you know? I don't know why. Anyway, we got this shape here. We got this here. We can make our bloody fireplace. How big do you reckon? It's tricky because once I photograph it and can like drag and drop it around, I can definitely like shrink and grow different elements, but I don't want to do that too much because you'll start to see the grain of the medium, or like it'll just start to lose its cohesion, coherency. So we want a little. What's the theory here? It's like a split down the middle. A split down the middle. That one's split down the middle, but a little bit higher up. So they've got their baseline and then split down the middle. And then what's this? Is this A rule of thirds. Are we talking thirds here? Okay. So then that's thirds and then halves. And 3 times 2 is 6. Alright, am I going to start marking this piece of paper? I think I am. I've been putting it off. I've got to get something done. Feel free to ask me anything or chat to each other. I don't know. 1080. That's a ratio, isn't it? 1080 on the dot. And 80. $10.80. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? One of these is wrong. Oh, that's so wrong. That was 10.80. 10. Wait. $80. Far out, we just saved the whole stream. About to burn this whole place down. Is it a hearth for warmth and vibe? Would also be cooked on sometimes. I think that in the Wild Magic Tavern, I think the hearth is just for warmth. You could put like a little pot of tea on there if you wanted, but I think there will be a kitchen out the back. Finished. There'll be this kind of vibe as well. Hopefully, I wonder if I can get away with this, or if it won't fit into the vibe. It risks being really over designed, eh? Where are you? Green Dragon Inn of my dreams. This is really cool. This one. And then like out there you imagine there's all the stews being simmered and the lamb shanks being broiled. Alright. I need to do some calculations now. Does someone want to do a cool calculation? Does someone want to do 1920 times 2 divided by 3? Twitch. Is Twitch like Siri? Twitch. What's 1920? What's 1920 times 2 divided by 3? Doesn't work. I'm gonna race you. Oh, there are 3 Easons. 1280. Oh, Dicker Booker coming in there, clutch. So that's 1280 here. 1280 flat. 1280 here as well. 1280. Boop. I feel like this template's gonna get real dirty. Okay, we don't need to do the rest because all we're focusing on now is this section down here. But thank you for that. 1280, perfect. Oh yeah, I can see where you would get messed up, but there's definitely 3 E's in 17. One in the beginning, one after the V, and another cheeky one just after the T and before the N. KBD. Was I breathing heavily? God damn it. Okay, let's do this. You know what I should have done is just measure it directly onto here. So you'll see with this one here, there's like a nice shiny side, which is like the factory, the outside when the factory made it. And then there's the kind of more kind of, see if you can hear the difference. You ready? I'm going to turn the mic up. Let's turn the music off. Everyone stop the music. Listen to this. Okay, so this is side number 1. You got to tell me which one you think is the factory smooth side. You ready? Side number 1, side number 2. They sound exactly the same. Anyway, one of them's smoother than the other, and we want the smooth. It's all each to their own, but I would prefer smooth to be on the outside because it'll take the tone a bit better. It'll take something a bit better. I changed the mood of the music to mystery, just so you know. So it's gonna get a little bit spooky in here. It's kind of annoyed that I had cut this oddly. Yeah, it gets thicker at the top, but I'm going to use it to my advantage and have this at the bottom and this at the bottom, that at the top, so it kind of feels like, you get it. You're with me. Let's make a hearth for warmth and companionship. Is my brother Luke in the chat? I know my brother Ben is in the. Welcome to Hearth Talk. Hearth Talk is a pretty good term. Everyone's got all the classic ones, like the short rest from NADPod and fireside chat. I don't know, fireside chats and all that. We need our own. Okay, thanks, Ben. That's Ben, my brother Ben. Everyone say hi, Ben. Thanks for coming in. Ben's in the UK. He got up nice and early to watch this. But brother Luke, he's a sweepy boy. He's all his sweeps. Such a family affair, this stream. I'm loving it. But yes, anyway, Luke, my brother, who is the guy with the... He's this guy. God, that was convoluted. Sorry. That's Luke. And when he was still in New Zealand, I played a playtest of a module. This is big. This is not spoilers, but I definitely wasn't planning on telling you I was working on this because it could be freaking years. But I'm working on a Wild Magic Tavern module where you play through the Wild Magic Tavern. It's a setting that you can play in. And I'm trying to make it lends itself, of course, best to D&D because that's my home territory. But I'm trying to write it in a way that you could do it in any kind of tabletop system. But yeah, he played a test. Anyway, so when you're asking like about, yes, it's very hot over there. Benjamin said, it's like, what did you say? It's like Singapore, but without the air conditioning. Which I've been to Singapore one time, and yes, the air conditioning felt pretty required. That thing when you're in a place where you're really prepared for a particular type of weather, and then the weather just goes, what about this kind of weather? And you're like, but we don't have the infrastructure. Okay, let's look at this. Oh no, I've glitched. Am I still here? Am I alive? Is this live? What is this, live? Okay, let's look. Side by side compare. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? A little... Like, it'd be cool if this looked like a... really want to animate fire in here, or like have a little, Yeah. Yeah, Ben, have you ever thought about watermelon daiquiris as a solution to all your problems? It's like 2 degrees here and I could do with a watermelon daiquiri. I tell you bloody what! I tell you bloody what! Okay. So I'd love it if it existed as a hearth like this. Imagine just this down here kind of flickering away. And you can do a trick with terrain where you've got like those flickering LED candles and you can like kind of install them into this section. I kind of like to record it doing that and then have that as a GIF that's just constantly playing. And then it can become a little display box when it's not doing that. Okay. Oh jeez, I just really went in there with that. I'm not measuring at all, guys. You know what? I like that vibe. I like not measuring because we can always remake it again. Because what if we run out of stuff to stream? Go back and make the whole bloody thing again. Okay. Don't want a ruler. Haven't used a ruler yet in this kind of content. Okay. Okay. What are we looking at here? The big ones, and then some like slopey downy ones. I like the kind of stack together vibe, but this is quite important. This looks like it was important to get it very, you know, you can free ball it here, free ball it there, but this bit you got to be like, okay, come on guys. It's weight bearing. We want a mantelpiece. I very much want a mantelpiece. That go there, yeah. And then, okay. Do I want to go mantelpiece? Just freaking run in my mouth. Do I want to go top of mantelpiece here? And then like fun objects on top of the mantelpiece there? Or do I want to make this the top of the mantelpiece? Nah, because then it would spill into the next frame. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to commit. We're going to just have to do some depth. I'm going to crank this music up. I'm going to commit. What's up, lurking Smallsy? Thank you for lurking. That's such a polite thing to do, is to jump on and comment and say you're lurking and then go back to lurking. I appreciate it. Alright. Crank the music. Goroti. So we've got our little, not super straight is it, but you know what? We're fine. Okay. Then we want to come down like this. Gonna do some of these funky numbers. Then a nice big one to be like, just to assert dominance. Yeah. Little poopy one to be cute. Nice. It's all about variation, you know. That. Trying to think of a thing that has really accurate architecture and history, and I couldn't think of anything. Look at that. We're halfing. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living in a hearth. Yes, the keystone is the middle one, because it's important. Yo, Kiwi Dreamer. Thank you for chatting and saying that we're your friends, because we really want to be. Yeah, this is the keystone, and it's called the keystone because it's the key to a good hearth / arch. Okay. going to work on this side while I figure out what's going on with my life and my hearth. It's a bit adventurous, eh, that triangle, but I noticed there's a cool triangle one here, so I just want to be like the Weta Workshop guys. Okay. That one there, nice. When I'm done with this tavern, we'll rate it from 1 to Hobbit. I haven't got a lot of curve in it, but I'm not mad about it right now. Boom, boom. And let's go with a big one here, off center with the other one, just for some character. Yeah, nice. Oh, a little cat to sleep next to the hearth that lurps and does cool things when someone subs. I don't really want to. Yeah, I wonder how I suppose it'll work well, eh? The kind of interaction between this kind of tangible physical terrain and animation. I imagine, I feel like a lot of companies built their whole shtick on it. That's looking pretty damn nice. And this bit here is going to be a smaller one of these that I'm going to glue there. So there's going to be a real literal shadow on it. It'll be cute. Do that next. We make all the wood out of this color XPS, this color foam. You may not be able to see it super clearly on the cam, but this is more of like a pale, kind of like I'd say more orangey cream, and then this is quite yellow to my eyes. This is the less high quality stuff, but what I've done is I've cut this into 2 small pieces, so I don't have anything this long, because I've got lots of this. I did see this, James. Mr. Coopzilla, sorry. I used this as inspiration for my tavern. This is a painting of a classic tavern, and it had this little guy. I thought crafting that would be pretty dope too. Animated cat that does little stretches and yawns, chases mice and stuff. Yeah, it would be useful to have a cat in a tavern. Okay. Will this do? Yes, it will. Okay, here we go. Come on, Tom. You can do it. Yeah. Maybe like a bit scared now. Let's cut it like that first. Hoi, hoi. Yeah. Gotta name him James. James the cat. It was your idea. When you come up with a cool idea, you get to name it whatever you want. Let's change the vibe, eh? Let's do some chill vibe. This is such freehand stuff. I'm really loving. Just going for it. It's good having people watching me because I don't spend too long just planning or doing nothing or scrolling on my phone. A great inspiration, you guys. Thank you. Yay! Celebrating cutting off a little piece of vibe. Yay! You gotta find it somewhere these days, eh? Okay. Okay. Look at that. I'm gonna ads work the crap out of this. You better flippin' believe it. You know what? I should bring the stonework up here as well. And then that's there. But which side is gonna look the sickest? I think that's one of the cleaner sides. Okay. Getting all excited now. It's looking pretty cool. Okay, and then this is like a classic wall, so we're just gonna hone out a classic wall. Don't rush, Tom. Don't you fucking rush it. Be chill, mate. You'll regret it if you rush. Be cool if the cat was like down here, snuggled, and then like jumps up, knocks something off. And then we just have a whole short film where someone comes and picks it up and puts it back up. A cute little loop. Guys, this is so much fun. I'm having a bloody blast. Okay. Big one, just for funsies. There's one of those. One of those. Nice. Oh, it's different. I just mixed up the styles. It's a different style. Oh, sorry. Thank you for the music feedback. What's happened is I haven't found a way to make this work better, but the music is always at a constant volume in my ears. But I've got a control for you guys, so I can kind of see it as a like moving bar down the bottom. But please let me know. I can't hear myself on the mic. I can't hear the exact level of the music, so keep me honest, guys. Okay, there we go. That's us. There's not heaps of room up there for stuff up there, is there? Oh, that'll easily be remedied if we can just hack that off and chuck another bit on top. Okay, that's our working picture for now. We should go full 3D like that. Yeah, man. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we got to do it. One of those things that I've seen and oh, what happened? Oh, the dingle in my. Oh, hello, Dark Mode 90. Thank you for your question. So, I'm making. This is a general stream overlay that I'm making that I'm going to use for anything that won't feel super funky with it. But I started making it because I want to play this game. This game called Cartograph. I'll put it down here. This game called Cartograph by Brandon Lee, published by Ravens Ridge Emporium, and I'm gonna play this. So it's not really on theme with this, but it is on theme with the Wild Magic Tavern. And the Wild Magic Tavern should kind of feel like we can. This is all like quite mundane tavern, but there should be elements that make it feel like it's the kind of portal where at any point a portal could open up. A tavern where any kind of portal could open up at any time and whisk you away to a different adventure. So that's the kind of vibe that I'm hoping for there. But yeah, I'm making this. The first thing I'll do on it is Cartograph, I think. I hope. And not very bottom. Okay. Isn't this cool? We can just hang out in our own homes. Like, I love hanging out with people in person, but it's probably Bruce Lee's grandson. Fireplace. What's in the fireplace? Coopzilla? Might have missed something. I want to make it as sweet as possible, so I need to know. The portals! Yeah, that would be cool. Like, yeah, if maybe if someone subscribes or raids or something. Oh, Piralas. These subscriptions is crazy. Can't believe it. You're all very lovely. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We're getting some depth to the tavern. I don't know how this is going to photograph. I really, honestly, my skills are going to crap out when it comes to the photography. But this is a thing for another day. Okay, so these can kind of keep coming down. Yeah. Nice, and then that will glue on there. I didn't think I was going to need my glue today, but I think I bloody will. You own me. You own me. You do. That's how it works on Twitch. If 15 people subscribe, then you legally own me as an entity that you can do with whatever you wish. And I wish it wasn't the case, but it is the case. You know what I've messed up here is I want this to actually go through this hole that I'm about to cut. So this is kind of cool as a guide, but I'm not going to use that piece. I'll use it for something else. Keep all your scraps. You want to see my scraps? This is what I mean when I say keep all your scraps. Back in the scraps bucket. And there's, I think, about 3 more boxes of that same foam, similar scraps that are, each box is about twice the size of that one. So, yeah. And we're going to cut it, and we're going to go right in. I'm going in. Do I do big cuts, and then do I shape it up? Yeah. Big cuts. He done the big cuts, then he shapes it up. He does a big cut, shape it up. Huh? Big cuts, then shape it up. Biggest thing, shape it up. Oh, someone followed. Get in the tavern, look. A new follower. Legendary. Dark mode 90. Love to have you here. Stay as long as you want. I was going to ask about this kind of like, side, this kind of bit here. Oh yeah, I haven't fixed this. What's happening there? It really bugged me when I looked at this stream back. There's like a big, anyway, it actually makes the text a lot clearer. So this bit here, right? So you can always look at the you can always look at the Twitch chat if you like get out of full screen. This bit here, would you want to, if I'm playing cartograph, right? Playing cartograph. And I like roll some dice and I draw some cards, and then now it's time to tell a story, and I'm gonna like improvise a part of the story in a character. Do you feel like this should be displayed, or should this be like hidden? Because I have to figure out, you know, like, do I make a place for it here? I had this idea of like a big scroll of parchment that looked like it was nailed to the wall of the tavern, and then all the chat goes up there. Yo, Kiwi Dills! It's Dills. There's bloody Dills in the bloody building. Dills is also a streamer. Kiwi Dills. Check him out. Hey, Dills. Anyway, yeah, do you reckon this zone would be distracting, or would it be fun? My hunch is I should probably make something for it for other moments of streaming, but I feel like if I was watching, I would want to be able to have control over if I was watching other people just chatting about other stuff, or, you know, it'd be like watching a movie and your friends keep talking, and that's fine because they want to talk, but maybe you don't want to talk, and so to be able to ask them politely to stop talking while you're watching and Dunstan checks in on the big screen. Sorry, I'm focusing because I do a real bad job of this bit. Too afraid, but I don't think we'll see that. Because I'm going to photograph it. What a joy. Then I can just Photoshop it out with some legally distinct software. Yeah. Oh, that's wonky as hell, man. This might... Oh, I can cut. I can keep cutting. Yoo-hoo! Yahoo! I think it was too droopy down there. Risky though. Risky. Especially when you start messing with the keystone. Yeah. Oh my god, it's 9:50. Time flies. Roll a dice for when to yap and not to yap. Oh, I see what you're saying. About the chats, yeah. Thought you were talking about my banter skills. I was like, yeah. I was a bit quiet there for a bit. Okay. Ooh, sometimes I get that feeling. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a tavern. Oh, wait, this is incredible. Look at all the good stuff we're doing. Oh, I'll pull that down there. Look at this. Guys, we've almost got a bloody overlay. I don't want to get anyone too excited. Some friends in here. Some friends in here to stream with. Can you see it? Can you see this? I'll just get rid of the chat just off this bit, just so we can, as they say in the biz. Oops, wrong one. Can you peep the viz, mate? Can you peep that viz? There's a viz happening here, and can you peep it? Wow. Sometimes this, yeah. Sometimes this stream is just me looking at what I've done and going, wow, look at that. I sometimes can't believe it. You know? Crossbeam. Wow. We're really making something here, you know? That could be like that. It's going to be annoying because it's going to be off center, off the lines. Oh no, I just put it like that. There. Another beam across there. Another beam across the top. I really want to get this feeling ish of this kind of a thing. Hang on. Really want to get the feeling of this kind of a thing on the top. Even just like a slight hint of a triangular shape up the top could be really cool. Yo, thanks everybody. The stuff called again. This stuff, XPS foam. So this is extruded polystyrene. Polystyrene, depending on what country you're from, or in, or subscribe to. Polystyrene, as they say in the North Island. Okay. We're going to turn this into some timber. And then before... Oh. Yo, Gector! Actually, by the Wikipedia article on keystones, they started getting real artsy with them in the 18th century. Like status symbols. Thank you, Gector. Gector is also the person who tried to teach me about extruded polystyrene. I knew that it was called extruded polystyrene, but Gector is doing a mechanical engineering degree and actually knows what extrusion means. Sounds excruciating. Sounds excruciating. Extrudiating. Back we go. Alright. Can put the chat back in this one now that you have seen, you've peeped the viz. What am I? Chat. Okay, let's go with some ads work. Now, if you weren't here before... Oh, sheesh. My documents. Been here before. Here's what we're doing. Tell Māori ads. Tell Māori ads. And this is old Sammy. Working his timber with his ads. His faithful ads. Okay. Okay, we're going to work it like Sammy. Oh, not with that one, we're not. The blade's too blunt. Nothing happens. Really made a bloody meal out of this. Okay, we're going to do a fresh blade for this. Been meaning to change it for a long time. Yeah. Gector, do you think I should get artsy with the keystone? Thanks for doing research as well. That's great. Keystone. What should it be? Yeah. Ooh, look at. Here we go. Have I ever changed this blade? I actually don't know. Kind of use it really blunt and then complain that my cuts aren't clean. Look! Was that nerve-wracking? A little bit. A little bit dangerous. Anyway. Oh! Sorry about that noise I just made. Oh, Jesus. Alright, plop. Now, that was a bit deep because I'm not used to having such a sharp blade. So we'll go a bit shallower for the rest, I reckon. Pineapples? Oh. Apples? Oh, a bit of like putting stone pineapples on your gates. Yes! When you jump in halfway through the conversation, try and join in. Pineapples? Okay, cool. Yeah, a rune here would be great, eh? A glowing arcane rune? Those are my favorites. I've tried a couple times to like paint them in on like minis or terrain, and I haven't quite found my workflow for that yet, but like I say, with the help of software that is legally distinct from Photoshop, never been easier. Heard the song before, which means it's time to move on to, and we've got last few minutes, so we're going to hone into the more energetic stuff. This album, when it gets released, will be called Peril, and it's all about intensity. Crank it, baby! We'll do some light scuffing along the top, but I don't want to do as bigger gouges along here. I'll have you know. Yeah, nice. Some cat scratches. This is for you, Koopzilla. Show up right now, but when I paint it, they'll come up, and we'll know. Even if we can't see it, we'll know it's there. It's the beauty of it. Okay, now to make it look like a tree bit has been chopped, and now it's this bit. We do some little swirls, little straight, little river. Doesn't look like much, does it? Doesn't look like much, does it? But check this out. You get a bloody pencil in there. Oh, baby. Now you know this came from a tree, and not extruded polystyrene. Now we have to make a cat because we've got scratch marks. Fun. This top bit is not as important, I don't think. Oh, guys, it's really coming together. This is the danger with me crafting, is I could definitely do this into the wee hours. Just keep cranking on. Look at that, look at that, look at that. We got a mantelpiece on our fireplace. It's all I ever wanted in life. Oh, gorgeous. Now, one thing, before I'll keep going a little bit. I say 9 till 10 and then I generally go over a little bit just for fun. Especially with people hanging out. Why would you not? Okay. Yeah, back to... Sorry, thanks for... Sorry, Bog Fashion. Sorry. I'm going to interrupt the music. Okay, so one thing I didn't do last time that I completely forgot about because I got kind of carried away with these wooden elements is I forgot to do the whole trick with the stone. So the cool trick with the stone you can do is you get a tinfoil ball and your XPS foam. And the reason why this is such good material for crafting with is because, as you can see, it takes the pencil. That's just like a regular ass vanilla blunt pencil doing all that, and that's stayed there. All the details in the ridges, and then also like scalpel cuts, and then pencil that holds as well. And then it also holds all the little details from this foil ball. I'm actually going to use this bit here because it's not as tightly woven as... I squished this a bit too tight, whereas this has a bit more. Anyway, blah 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 blah. I roll over with this, you see? This is the trick. This is the absolute trick of it all. And then before your very eyes, chat. Whee! Woohoo! It has become textured like a stone wall. Do you see the details making themselves known? We'll do the same here because this is also stone. It's just like you do that and then you just have stone. I might have to go over the these crease lines again because I'm kind of smushing them. Can't have it both ways, you see. Yeah. Now look at that. Look at the texture. Look at that texture. Look at that. Look at that. I'm so happy with that. Nice team. Not gonna lie. The props look like cheese. You don't have to lie, Dills. It won't stay this color. It's possible that it looks heaps like cheese. It's possible you're a little hungry. Need a little nighttime cheese snack. Because it will be painted and look a bit more like. Oh Jesus! Look a bit more like. This will be the stone color, maybe a bit brighter than this. This is a bit dingy, and then the cool wooden elements there. Look at that. That's something I made. There's something I made with XPS foam. This bit as well that fell down. Made that little staircase. Okay. Coopzilla, I want to play more time on it. I do. I want to. I'm trying, man. Okay. Look, here we are. This is where we've finished ourselves with this much content here. And then this bit, which will be replaced next stream, probably. Oh, no. I got to do some announcements about next stream. Okay. So. I want to make some Pānui. I want to make some announcements. I did this at the top. I'm going to do it again. I just want to first say some shout outs, because it might feel like this is a solo endeavor if you look at Instagram or this streaming journey, but it's not. There's lots of people who are associated with Wild Magic Tavern. I shout out to Patty Carroll, to Aihe, Butler, and to Lewis Gregory, who are helping run the whole thing. I'm often on Instagram or on this. I'm kind of the front of it just because I had these ideas to do these things, but we all make cool stuff together. Shout out to Aihe for the animations, for subscribing and following. I don't know if this is the subscribing ones were showing up, but they are very cool, so I'll make sure that they have worked. And shout out to Lars for making animation. If you want to have a look at what the kind of people of Wild Magic Tavern do as a whole, check out, if you haven't already, the podcast we made, Fury of the Small, which has got Patty Carroll as the DM. It's got me, it's got Ella Hope Higginson, Arlo Gibson, Brinley Stent as players. It's got, if you can access the artwork, it's got artwork by Lars. Dekoboko in the chat. Dekoboko in the chat. Yes, so that's kind of a community venture. Next week, I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to be on the road for work on Wednesday night, but I want to stay committed to making streams every Wednesday. So I'm going to take with me a music setup. So we're going to write a song next week. So it'll be all the bands you know and love. We're just going to be doing a different thing. It'll be a bit of a weird shoot, because I won't have I won't have all the top-down cameras. It'll be like a screen capture of me using my software to make music. But it'll still be fun to hang out with everybody. I'll do more announcements about this, but there's a week called Kiwi RPG Week coming up as well. And on July the 10th, which is, Matariki in New Zealand is like a whole week, or like a many days, but this is the kind of public holiday, Matariki Day, July the 10th, from 6 to 9. I'll be playing as part of a stream run by Brendan Bennett and Karen Searle. Me and Crystal O'Gorman will be players in that game called Paranormal Wellington is the game that we're going to be playing, but we're going to be playing Paranormal Christchurch based on the Wellington Paranormal universe. Anyway, I'll give you more information about that, because we've got a few weeks before that comes up. Other than that, I'll see you next time for Tunes and Bands. And thanks so much for everything, for all the follows and subscribes, and for watching, and for having fun with me. We made so much today, and as per usual, thanks for stopping by.